Okay, so for this week's course here, I'm going to introduce you to VoiceThread. It has been around about 7 years, since about 2008. At least that's when I was introduced to it. So this part, it basically shows a variety of VoiceThread projects that have been completed. You can do it with quite a global perspective. So I'll show you here is the group of students in North Pole, Alaska, and they go right into it once I press play.
Hi, I'm Laurel Herbeck, art instructor at North Pole High School in North Pole, Alaska. Welcome to our 100 People VoiceThread project. This community-based project is part of a global project called the 100 People Project.
Okay, so there's a obvious introduction, and let me just kind of show here. I'm going to click. You can see different portraits that were made in, I assume, this woman's art class. So, for example, if I click on this one, you're going to hear what the students are saying about this. This is the artist.
I did my portrait for the 100 People Project on Patricia Boehner, a government teacher at North Pole High School. Ms. Boehner has been teaching since 1973 and has touched the lives and hearts of many. She represents our community because of her involvement with the students she teaches and because of her civic involvement in the community. She is always cheery and helpful to all who meet her. In the portrait, I decided to collage pieces that I felt represented Ms. Boehner. The maps and compass rose to represent the history and government classes that she teaches. The muted colors to represent the calm and steady personality that she has. The actual portrait I used ink pencils and blended them together with water. The background is composed of tissue paper, wallpaper, and linen paper. The shade I made in deep green to represent how natural she is.
So you can see right here, people are commenting on the artist's piece. And here, okay, so people are basically typing here. A lot of students were actually commenting orally, which is quite interesting. Oh, this is nice. So you can see students drawing here, and in reference to the 3D effect. Let me go down here. So is that Chelsea?
CJ, your narrative is very formal, and I like that you explained everything, the purpose for everything you put in your portrait. And it's a very unique perspective that you always do something different than everybody else, and I love the use of media.
Okay, so let me toggle back and let me go to some work that I've done with my students. At the time, I was teaching a science support class for the biology instructor, and my students were recently immigrated students from around the world, and we had to learn pretty heady topics like mitosis here. So what I did is I uploaded a PowerPoint about mitosis that they were studying in their class, and then I had the students basically pair up, and then their task was to look at the PowerPoint, read it.
This is important science word. We will use it in this class.
So that was the student Tomas, and Tomas basically just gave an overview. And then you'll see here, Rama.
Do not reference. Use each science words in an English sentence. Science words: mix, line up, middle, divide, replicate, double, reproduce, combine, or cross.
Okay, so I'm going to go to another one here. So, for example, let's look at this one.
Mitosis. How does a baby grow with the same DNA in all the cells in his body? Cells in your child body had half of this DNA from your sperm and half from your egg. In this picture shows each phase of the zygote.
Mitosis. How does a body grow with the same DNA in the older cell in its body? Zygote with 46 chromosome DNA replication. DNA replication had 96 chromosomes. Mitosis had 26 chromosomes. Two new cells have.
So you can see here, there's a student named Rodrigo, and he basically read the title and then basically explained what was happening here through mitosis. This particular student, Darlene, him and his partner read obviously the title and then explained the pictures using the subtext there, which is fine for them. What was nice about this is the students listened to each other's and then either replicated it or commented and interacted with each other orally through listening to each other's recorded pieces, which was nice that the students recorded themselves and not just typed, which was part of the project. We wanted to get them to be speaking and interacting about the actual scientific terms. So here you can see more slides about that, and basically it was a pretty comprehensive project where students had to go through, I think, do roughly 50% of these slides to give a representation. Yeah, so let me go ahead and click on it there. I've done it with a variety of things. I've done it with some Greek myths. You can see here there's a introduction to VoiceThread, and then video doodling, which is quite neat. There's a couple of people that I've seen that are quite good at doing VoiceThreads. Like I said, my students, we were all beginners in this, myself included. And so I think that that summarized everything I needed to say at the moment. I hope I made my point clear about listening and speaking, and obviously pronunciating or pronouncing the words properly for my old students. Wish them luck.